I know that you were the first, one of the first ones at Clive's party to speak about Whitney's passing the other day.
Yes.
And that was, did you know her well?
Yes, I did. I actually, when I was growing up in the music industry before I had success, I somehow got on her wedding invitation.
What if I told you that the night Whitney Houston died, the music didn't stop? That her lifeless body was still upstairs, while the party carried on downstairs, as if nothing happened, and at the center of it all was none other than Sean Diddy Combs. This isn't just a story about a tragic death. It's a web of secrets, silence, and the dark side of fame that nobody dares to talk about. Until now. The night Whitney died, February 11th, 2012.
Diddy and Davis, have they ever had anything past business? Because to me, they seem to mirror each other behavior-wise. Like to me, they both got like that dark energy around them. But I almost wonder, like, well, damn, you know, did they ever have anything? Well, I just wondered that. Man. Because they're very...
And then it's Grammy time. And her and had a fight 2 days before. And from what I was told, Bobby Christina was present for some of that fight. And then the next thing you know, she's dead.
The thing is, Whitney Houston, the voice of a generation, is found dead in a bathtub at the Beverly Hilton Hotel, just floors below her lifeless body. Diddy's legendary pre-Grammy party was in full swing. Celebrities laughed, drank, danced, and never stopped. Think about that for a second. Why would a man who called Whitney a legend, a friend, continue the party after she died in his hotel? Unless he knew something the rest of us didn't. Some say it was simply Hollywood being cold. Others believe this was something far more sinister, a cover-up, a ritual, or even a message. Bobby. Brown's warning signs. Bobby Brown has never been silent about what he believes happened to Whitney, or their daughter, Bobby Christina. He's hinted.
I want the world to know that Bobby Christina did not die from the bathtub incident. That's not what killed Bobby Christina.
What killed Bobby Christina?
Bobby Christina was starved to death.
Do you approach that?
He knows what happened. I don't know what happened that night, but he does.
You walk through that door and you see her much like you saw Whitney.
It was literally, it was a nightmare all over again.
But if time and time again, that what happened wasn't an accident, and that Nick Gordon, Bobby Christina's ex, was just one piece of a much larger puzzle. In interview after interview, book after book, Bobby's words drip with pain and suspicion. He's not just grieving, he's warning us. And now, the name Diddy is starting to echo through these whispers. Diddy's name surfaces again. During Diddy's recent trial, something shocking happened. His former assistant, Capricorn Clark, casually brought up Whitney Houston's name during her testimony. She wasn't asked about Whitney, she volunteered the comparison. When asked about Cassie's talent, she replied, "Talent is Whitney Houston, Mariah Carey. Cassie was more of a studio artist." Then, in a completely different moment during the trial, Cassie herself mentioned Whitney while talking about a night Diddy allegedly overdosed on opiates, the same weekend Whitney died. Coincidence? Or something deeper? Because when you zoom out, these aren't just random mentions.
I know that you were the first, one of the first ones at Clive's party to speak about Whitney's passing the other day.
Yes.
And that was, did you know her well?
Yes, I did. I actually, when I was growing up in the music industry before I had success, I somehow got on her wedding invitation. So I was at her wedding, but I didn't really know her, but it was like the hottest thing in town for the music industry, but I didn't crash the party somehow. You know, I was a hustler. I got my name on there, me plus one. I went there and I was just like, oh my God, I'm at Whitney Houston's wedding. You know, I was a big Bobby Brown fan. And then throughout the years, I got to meet her, and she was so full of life, so full of just joy, and she always made you feel like she noticed you and recognized you and spoke to you, and she'll definitely truly be missed.
Yeah.
These are breadcrumbs. The Autopsy that raised eyebrows official reports say Whitney drowned in the bathtub, that she had small traces of cocaine, weed, and prescription meds in her system. But the coroner's report didn't fully support the story. There wasn't enough water in her lungs to confirm drowning. There was no evidence of a heart attack. Despite early claims, and the water in the bathtub, scalding hot, what really happened in that room? Who was with her before she died? And why has no one been held accountable? Diddy and Whitney, friends or foes? Here's the twist. There's no real evidence that Diddy and Whitney were ever close. Insiders say she avoided him, that she saw him as part of the machine, the very toxic side of Hollywood she desperately wanted to escape. Yet after her death, Diddy gave tribute after tribute, appeared on Ellen, spoke about her legacy like they were longtime friends. Why? Was it genuine? Love or strategic image control? Because some people believe he was trying to align himself with her after her passing, not before it. Enter CD. Diddy's alleged master. Now here's where it gets dark. At the heart of this entire theory is one man, a man known as CD, a powerful industry figure with ties to everyone from Whitney to Diddy. Some say CD is Diddy's protector, his mentor. Even his puppet master CD is openly bisexual. In his memoir, he talks about 2 decades-long relationships with men, and according to several whispers in the industry, Diddy may have been one of them. It's alleged that CD helped launch Diddy's bad boy empire with massive financial support. But support in Hollywood often comes with a price. Some claim Diddy paid with more than just loyalty, and some believe he became the industry's fixer, handling the dirty work that CD didn't want to touch. Was Whitney a liability? Whitney was powerful, emotional, and unpredictable. By 2012, she was no longer the industry darling. She was a woman who had seen too much, and maybe, just maybe, was about to talk. Some say she knew too many secrets. That she was ready to blow the whistle on things she had seen behind closed doors, from parties to power moves to people she couldn't unsee. Was she silenced? Did someone or something decide she had become a liability? And was Diddy, the enforcer, the price of fame? The more you dig, the darker it gets. This isn't just about Whitney. This is about a system, a machine, that lifts some up and tears others down. That rewards silence and punishes truth-telling. The same machine that allegedly propped up Diddy and may have punished Whitney when she no longer wanted to play the game. Some call it conspiracy. Others call it reality. Because when people like Bobby Brown, who was there, keep saying something's not right, maybe it's time we listen. The more you dig, the darker it gets. This isn't just about Whitney. This is about a system, a machine, that lifts some up and tears others down. That rewards silence and punishes truth-telling. That turns legends into liabilities the moment they stop playing along. The same machine that allegedly propped up Diddy and may have punished Whitney when she no longer wanted to play the game. Some call it conspiracy. Others call it reality. Because when people like Bobby Brown, who was there, who loved her, keep saying something's not right, maybe it's time we finally listen. Why did Diddy's name come up so casually in conversations about Whitney? Why did the party continue after she died? In his hotel? Why did the coroner's report raise more questions than answers? And most of all, why does this story keep getting buried? We may never get all the answers, but one thing is clear. In the world of fame, power, and secrets, silence speaks volumes.